Hello, art fans. We're looking at once again a piece by Konstantin Bokov, who is a New York City street artist working with found materials. And as we mentioned in some of the previous videos, he was born in the Ukraine, came to the United States in the late 70s and became part of the East Village art scene, which was artists like Basquiat, Keith Haring, Kenny Scharf, and others. Now, Bokov, today of course everybody is hearing about the street art, and they're hearing about Banksy and Shepard Fairey, etc. And it's become very popular, of course, with the Banksy movie and everything else like that. Now, Bokov never really consider himself a street artist, as far as I know. He was always just somebody who liked to create. He was a classically trained painter, and I believe he began working with found materials like this in the early 80s. Strictly because he needed to. He couldn't afford traditional art materials, oil and canvas, and he started to work with really creating art out of found objects, and actually leaving them on the street, hanging them up sort of on lampposts, etc., in different parts of the city, mostly in the Soho neighborhood, which was at the time the center of the New York art world. So unlike, I think that's the difference between him and sort of the street artists of today, is that he was not interested in vandalizing private or public property with graffiti or pasting up some crap. He was actually creating objects of beauty and leaving them for the public. Now, what we're looking at here is this piece is actually, it's quite interesting. As you can, this was created in the very early 90s, which was really one of his best periods. This piece is actually found materials, if you can guess what this is. This is actually a garbage can cover, I believe. So it's stainless steel. It's been kind of rusted, wood background, and this is kind of a portrait, and the eyes are made out of Budweiser labels, bottle caps, and some other things. So, and of course we have a little drawing there. Title is IQ test OK, 100% healthy. I don't know what that means, honestly. And of course his recycle thing here. So, let's take a look at, one thing I do want to kind of show is, can this piece actually, can these sort of Bokov pieces work at home? Well, here it is. I have it hanging above my couch, next to other art. It works. I believe it does. Now let's take a look at one more piece here. This is really, I think, one of his best. This is let's take a look over here. I have it hanging on a wall vertically, and this is another recycled piece consisting of, again, found objects. We see like a kind of a New York license plate in there, and there's the portrait. Kind of reminds me of like one of these African masks. It's a pretty large piece. It's about 40 inches. I believe it's about 45 inches high. It's really a very good sized piece here, and again, made out of ironically, these are spray. Looks like spray can covers. Again, we see the Budweiser caps, some sort of random auto parts. Now, What's interesting is that again, there's a lot of interest in street art and artists like Banksy, Shepard Fairey, Cause, etc., Black Lorette, if you will. And one thing that's really, I think, very interesting about Bokov is, compared to a lot of these street artists, a lot of their work is really just, it's a one-note idea. Okay, so they have a clever, pasted, whatever piece, if you will. Okay, it's a very clever concept. Like Banksy is famous for this. Really very clever guy, obviously. But you look at a Banksy piece or a Shepard Fairey piece, and after a while, there's nothing to it. It's really one-dimensional. I mean, it's a one idea, and that's it. I think a real true test of great art is, what would a 5-year-old think of it? Would a 5-year-old be amused by it? I think with people's attention spans growing shorter and shorter, you want to kind of look at the long-term potential for a lot of art, if it will have value. I think Banksy is extremely overvalued. 20 years from now, I don't think you'll be able to, sell a Banksy for even a tenth of what you might be paying today, just because it will become socially irrelevant, and it just won't fit into the social context. I mean, great art really is timeless. What is interesting, what's compelling about Bokov is that his work really is it has really a timeless, transcendent sensibility to it. You have these like portraits made out of this recycled found materials. They're constantly changing. I mean, there's always something new that you're going to discover in it. There's always something surprising, and they're become really has become very popular in the last couple of years. The New York Times has written about him. He's getting, slowly but surely, he's being rediscovered and kind of appreciated by a new generation of collectors. I have a very significant collection that I've been kind of reducing. I have over 100 pieces, and I obviously can't hang them up all in my home. I just don't have the space. I've been selling them, and the people who've been buying, really a very interesting group of people. A lot of very successful people in the entertainment business, a lot of collectors of outsider art. Some big names have been buying his work. So I really believe that for Bokov, Konstantin Bokov, the upside in terms of the market price, and I'm a collector, I'm an investor in art, if you will, I think is very, very compelling. So if you were to compare Bokov with other street artists, I would say that Bokov is a very compelling buying opportunity today. So this piece and others are available on my website, or actually I should say on my eBay site, and also on askart.com. You can just Google Bokov, and I'm sure you'll find some of my items that I've listed. And good luck.